Greeting, traveler.
All right, I'm here. Ted, you want to do the? Oh, stream started.
I have no time for games.
The end is coming! Who am I?
Let me change your mind.
You require my assistance? Dingo!
Welcome back, everybody. We are here for part 2 of Friday Night Fights. Or I guess if you want to call this Friday Night Fights and the other one Friday early evening fights, or something along those
Oh
lines.
man,
Friday
Oh,
midday
man.
fights, you know.
But yeah,
All day Friday, Ted Day.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what it's called.
man. If people weren't tired of hearing my voice already, then by the end of the day, they surely will be.
Oh yeah, no question. But it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time here. We're gonna watch some good matches, watch some good Hearthstone. What are we in for right now? What are we looking at?
Well, so first, as we mentioned earlier, we have coming up right now Pro Series with Skittles representing Team Taste the Rainbow versus Icer representing Team Top Hat Titans. Both players are 1-0. After that, it's the Skittles back to back as he will be representing his Hero Series team at 9 p.m. Team No Pros here against Lefty representing Tampam Surf Slam.
Woo. Sounds like
Yeah.
a good matchup. I think they both won their first week, right?
No, they both lost their first week.
They both lost their first week. Oh, I think I was confused with the other match where
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Skittles is in both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skittles said he wanted to do his winning side first, so he wanted to.
Oh no, they both won. Wait, which one are we doing first?
Pro.
I'm so
We're doing
confused
pro.
now.
We're doing pro first. Yep.
Yeah, so they both won. They both
Yeah.
won last week.
Yeah. No, but not in Hero.
Oh yeah, not in Hero. Yeah.
No, but and then of course after that we'll be switching over casting crews. I'm sorry, everybody else will be here, but and then we'll be bringing on Quaz for the
Ted's doing a
Pro
marathon.
Series finals.
Yeah, he's in for the long haul,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you, Ted.
I'm just really going for that content person of the year award.
Yeah, I won it last season, so I figure I'll let someone else take the reins this season.
Yeah.
Take it a little bit easier.
No more
I'll let you
flexing.
do the intro today. I already got my award. Now I'm just coasting for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think the bands are going to be?
That's a good question. Let me take another quick look at these decks.
Yeah.
The bands are actually already in, but
Oh shit. All right.
Okay.
So before
Well, I'm gonna guess Rogue is banned on the one side because Rogue is really good, and then, ooh, that's tough.
Oh no. I see Control Warrior and I want to cry after earlier.
Yeah, there's Control Warrior. There's a Handlock deck.
So I got the deck lists up
West Priest.
on stream right now. So, and I just threw it in chat. So we got, what do we got? Skittles with.
Yeah, Skittles bringing the spice. A lot of like control decks, and then
Yeah.
Paladin for the combo deck. I mean, like Res Priest, Control Warrior, Handlock. Like he wants to throw down big boys. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, but For anybody who missed the Duo Series match a few hours earlier, started off with Control Warrior versus Res Priest, and that game alone lasted about 45 minutes.
Yep, that was 60 cards plus,
Yep.
and lots of commentary.
Amazing. So maybe one of our lovely pro players here is gonna, maybe he'll ban out that warrior, hoping to not have insanely long games. Obviously, the
Yeah.
priest and all those decks can kind of have some long games, but that warrior can
Yeah.
take
Oh, yeah.
forever.
So the bans are going to be
Okay.
Skittles' priest is banned,
Banned, okay.
Okay.
and Icer's warrior's banned. So
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Oh wow! I'm looking at this rogue now. I have not seen this list before with the hooked scimitars.
yeah, it's weird. I was just
Red
looking at
Corsairs, Raiding Party, Umbral Skulker. We're in for some spicy
interesting
stuff. Yeah.
Nice,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Shaman's in there. That's still being played. We'll see how far it's fallen. I guess it's a little bit more of a tokeny version, early Murlocs and stuff. It is Icer, so got to have that
Well,
Murloc spice.
I think I got the wrong deck list. So. Yeah. All right, viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got word that they're ready whenever we are. So
Okay. So let's.
shall we?
Icer's going to be the first person to click on. So
Alright.
I will let the gentlemen start their engines.
Yeah, definitely some interesting bands. What do you think they're gonna play first while we wait for them to jump right in?
Yeah. Oh no, what it's Legacy, so or not Legacy.
This is
but
Pro.
Yeah, but I mean the format is Conquest.
Oh, the format is Conquest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, into those decks, I might be curious if the Control Warrior just comes down to start.
Yeah, honestly.
There's a lot of sort of tokeny and board centric decks that the Warrior can potentially just outvalue the Dynamatics, the Brawls. We got double Plague Wrath, Deathwing, like so much removal on that side. Whirlwind, Warpath, Weapons Project, and Harrison. Like it's ready to go.
It is, yeah.
Oh, and they are in. Let's see
All right.
if we accurately predicted what they were going to start with. Oh man, the spec buttons are always so buggy. I feel like they should have fixed it by now, but
And Skittles is not my friend, man. What the hell?
To be fair, I feel like there's a lot that Blizzard should have fixed by now. Skittles also has a spectate off.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm telling them now.
Icer's. Did Icer send you the invite?
Yes, I got from Icer, but Skittles is still unspeccable. But they are both playing Warlock, and they both have 1K Warlock wins, so that should be pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. It's on.
So I got both players now on screen, so we're good.
Yep. Me as well. So yeah, we'll see if this is actually honestly a matchup I feel like that's somewhat favored for Icer. I think if you get that early board without the big taunts and things, then maybe he can swing it that way. But not a bad start though from Skittles. Having the Nether Breath and a dragon to activate it. Mountain Giant's not a thing you're too upset about. Ritualist, like, I'm surprised. I mean, because of the Giant, I think maybe is why we didn't see that come down earlier. But I think into this matchup, you really kind of want to be tempoing if you can as the Warlock, as the Handlock, sorry.
You do see that he has both the Giant and the Drake along with the Inferior Protector, which could really just honestly win the game on its own.
Yeah, and drawing that Twilight Drake is so clutch right now with that crazed Netherwing. He can deal with big boards like this. Like right now, it might even come down. I think we'll probably see that the just go play the Netherwing. But we are already invoked 3 times, and we have the Shield of Galakron, so we're gonna see a full Galakron on turn 7. Yeah, on curve. Coming up in just 2 turns, and they are playing fast. They wanna get through this. They are running.
Abysmal Summoner coming down.
Yeah, I think that card almost allows that and Nether Breath. I think together have brought Handlock back into the fold.
Absolutely.
Without that type of big tempo, 6 mana. When you're playing with a lot of cards in your hand, you make this giant taunt. Can often just sometimes win you the game or at least keep you in it and let you stabilize later. Plague of Flames, not a bad pickup there, yeah.
No, very good because you're just dropping Galakron next turn.
Absolutely. So now they do have one more turn to potentially build a board before Galakron, but
Yeah.
interesting. Demon Bolt, yeah,
Demon
could
Bolt,
deal with
I
some
like
big
that.
boys,
I
yeah.
really like that. Wonder if we just see Giant here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I could
And
see that,
you
yeah,
can
giant
taunt it up.
taunt. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
So I think we will see that Galakron here getting a weapon. Does not let him clear this giant, but not a bad roll either. A 6/6 and an 8/8. Probably some of the better demons you can get. The other two not that exciting, but when you get 50% of them are above 5/5, can't be too upset.
Something to note that Skittles could have pushed 17 that turn to face.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that Handlock didn't really have in the past. Is just like burst from hand.
Yeah, especially now with the Nether Breath and Soulfires, a lot of people
Yeah.
are able to combo pretty late in the game. I think sort of preparing for a Neferset Ritualist here, and get a little bit more value, but probably trade into this Void Analyst. I know that they don't usually run their own demons; they just make them.
Yeah.
Um,
And like even with his like Soulfires and Nether Breaths, I'm not sure how much it happens still, but I know in the early days a lot of people were even running Malagos.
yeah, no, I've definitely seen some Malagos out there as well. Helps you kind of push a little bit more of that damage. It is 9 mana, so it doesn't combo with those great, but you are able to drop it down, get one Soulfire off, and potentially a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, big clear here from Skittles.
Wow. Yeah.
It's gonna go for it.
And
Oh,
not
that's
a
not a
bad
clear.
discard at.
Oh, that's not a clear
Yeah,
though.
that's not a clear.
Down
So
it.
there's a little bit of a mistake there.
Yeah.
Thought he was a little rushed there.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah,
think
3 plus 4 is equal to 8 sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, now sort of having a choice. Are you gonna take that 8 damage to keep that 8/1 alive here, and or I guess you take the 5 damage.
Take the
I
5,
didn't
yeah.
realize, yeah, the evasive worm was in the hand. So yeah, you can take the 5, or you can just
I think
push
that
the
wasn't
damage.
base.
Yeah, it sure did. And I like that a
I
lot.
like it. I agree. And especially because your opponent doesn't have cards in hand.
Yeah, and I think that's actually going to be the game, because
Yeah.
despite being able to clear here, that weapon's just going to push that damage. So we'll see what this Felgorge gives him. I think maybe it has to be Nether Breath for the heal, and did not find Nether Breath number 2.
Well, no, I don't think Nether Breath was even enough because I would have healed 4, but he had 5 for the weapon and 2 with the income board.
Was
That
he at?
would've been
I
7.
thought he was at 3, right?
Yeah, he was at 3.
Oh, it only heals 4. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I was
So, yeah, that-
confusing it
that
with
was
the.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
worth
it
it
was
regardless.
either way.
Yeah, very
Right, so-
quick game 1.
Mhm.
That's welcome after earlier today.
Yeah, the aggro decks, will always kind of have the potential to just snowball like that. And that's actually, like, I'm looking at the deck list right now. That was a pretty crazy start.
Absolutely.
With the list that he's running, we didn't even see the, like, Flame Imps, the Voidwalker, like, all the early, like, 1-drops that probably weren't going to be as effective this game. He was able to kind of just keep building the 1/1s and pushing damage, and having that Galakron on 7 was just insane. All right, so bringing out the Highlander, or no, the Control Warrior, sorry. This is the deck that we were talking about that I thought could have a lot of success into this lineup, so I'm surprised it didn't come out the first game, but we shall see how it does here into the Shaman. I think this is probably, honestly, its hardest matchup, so we'll see if he's able to kind of get his removals for that Galakrond. I think it's
Yeah.
really going to come down to that. If you have the removal for that big turn, there's no Shutter Walks. There's none of that like double Galakrond battle cries. Dragon's Pack's been nerfed, but still pretty strong. This deck has a little bit of over the top though with the weaponized wasps and interesting. Yeah, very interesting list actually looking at it. Sort of like if you get the right curve, you play essentially Murloc Shaman to start and then
Yeah, really.
switch out to Galakrond later on.
We will see the Galakrond coming to hand price right here too.
Yeah. And they have a double invoke in hand, so looking for 2 more before before wanting to play the Galakrond. But there are always times where you might want to.
We'll play the Dragon's Pack too, which is big for the double.
Yeah.
They're big with the double invoke.
Interesting choice here. You have a lot of the cards you need, so Elementary Reaction not as exciting as sometimes you pick it,
Yeah.
in the past to kind of just get a draw. But Wind Fury,
Oh,
interesting.
Wind Fury, huh? I mean, I guess if you stick even like that could be. Well, yeah, if you can like stick a Sea Giant. Or something.
Wow, that's a great evolve.
Really good evolve, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me. We can see they see the lists as well, and I kind of was leaning towards the Plague of Murlocs. We know there's Armadillo in the deck, double 2 Morden, Deathwing,
Yeah.
and those are types of things that like if you get buff 2 Mordens, it could just be the end of the game for this Shaman. So we'll see. We'll see if that's gonna make a difference. Maybe the Wind Fury is gonna be able to push damage early enough that he's going to be able to get there before that kind of big swings happen. So I do respect the choice. We'll see if it does pay off.
I think a big like selling point for the Wind Fury was having the Sea Giant in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But I think Skittles is well aware the Sea Giant's probably going to be playing around it to some degree, as best as possible anyway.
Though I don't see too much in his hand right now that would deal with it.
Yeah, there's really not much. And actually going for the 2/3s, that's rough. Holding on to the Angler to get more value, I assume, in the future. Make sure you're able to cycle a bunch of Murlocs, because this game will go the long run a lot of the time. Yeah. But double Elementalist in hand means this Galakrond will be active on turn 8. And I imagine we'll probably see just that.
Light the fuses!
All right.
Big Dynamatic with the Acolyte of Pain on board. And he's gonna win the 50-50 to clear the Elementalist, which is really nice.
Yeah, and you love getting that draw, especially when we know that Galakrond is coming down soon.
Yeah.
This Goblin Lack is gonna let him clear this up here.
Yeah, very nice use of the Goblin. Seems like Goblin's that lucky that you kind of just, and I'll throw it out there to push one more face damage with this minion. So
a lot of draw on Skittles' side. He's got the Weapons Project Harrison combo. I think probably not the turn to do it with this hand being as full as it is.
Yeah, he would go up to 10 cards with that combo.
Yeah, he would go up to exactly 10. So you would mill just 1, but still probably can take it a little bit easier. Although you do really. Oh, interesting. Wait, hold up. Not playing Galakrond on 8 when it's active?
I wonder if he's trying to like bait out a brawl here before he plays the Galakrond.
But is this enough pressure that you need to play the brawl? Like
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
Yeah, this Deathwing can just come down and it does die. It's exactly dead.
Exactly. But, or I mean, like, even just trying to bait out the Deathwing. Trying to bait out something before you play 2/8.
Yeah, it's got to come down here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
and drawing the Mermy to be able to combo next turn with the Angler.
Yeah, here you're just hitting the button.
Yeah, here you're just hitting the button. You have the Wind Fury, so you're going to be able to push a lot of damage next turn if these aren't dealt with.
29 if Skittles can't answer this with a weapon.
There's nothing in hand just yet.
Okay, no, that's 30 or 31 with the 2-1.
Yeah, with the 2-1, we're looking at 23, 31. Yeah.
I think he might just have to play a 2 board in here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be playing around this this Wind Fury, but
No.
yeah, agrees. Says it's probably just safer to do this. But now this giant could come down, and Icer's actually like,
Ooh.
a game that I thought was really going to be in Skittles' favor, just not finding the removal. There's so much in there that can deal with this. He's got double Plague of Wrath, double Brawl, that just can deal with these really, really well.
Yeah. And like he
even-
even needs one answer here.
Yeah.
And that will pretty much shut off the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially if the Sea Giant comes down, if he finds off the top the Plague of Wrath or Brawl,
Yeah.
I mean, that could certainly be the game. We'll see if the Sea Giant does come down, though. Maybe keeping it back to maybe combo with the Angler and that kind of stuff later.
And
We'll see.
Another important breakpoint to talk about is that putting the 8/8s into the 3/6s does make them in range of a.
Absolutely. So I think being aware of that, trying to keep the Wind Fury one as healthy as possible.
And yeah, Icer is turn lethal here. Of course, we can see he has the Dr. Boom and stuff for armor.
Yeah, and there's Weapons Project. Not
That's
really
not-
going to do it.
wow.
Restless Mummy can get rid of one of these. You really want to get rid
You want to get rid of
of the other
wolf,
one,
yeah.
though. You can't really get rid of it.
You could.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Is
Restless
it
Mummy Weapons Project would, or I guess Restless Mummy Warpath.
plus
if you-
double Warpath, and then
Yeah.
I guess triple Warpath and just leave one up? Or do
Yeah.
you just double and hero power and say, I want to make sure I get armor? Oh yeah, it's actually just going to be the Weapons Project, so
Weapons
gets the
Project,
armor.
Gets the armor, and then he can
And is able to kill the totem as well. Yeah, I like that, especially when you have the
I-
other one in hand. And you still get some value off of Harrison, even if they use one of these swings here.
The Storm is an 8 cost, so that mutate does stuff here.
Yeah. If he chooses to
Double Sludge
make a
Sliver.
9 drop. Wow. So another big board, but this is a board that's going to be able to be dealt with at that Warpath. So
Yeah. No, I definitely think you have to evolve the 8 cost.
yeah. I mean, we don't have any way to deal with it in the hand right now, but there's, like I said, there's double Brawl, another Warpath in there.
Yeah.
Even honestly, the Plague of Wrath could be. Oh no, now it's definitely not enough.
I think
Yeah,
he
this
needs to. I
is-
think he needs to. I would have Harrison there. I think he
So
should probably use
this. Oh, interesting. Wow, doesn't die. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. I think you need to play the Harrison there to try to find a brawl.
Yeah, just draw 2 and look for the Brawl. I agree. I think that was probably the best out. There's 2 in the deck, and there was only 12 cards left, so it's not terrible odds.
Yeah, no. Odds are definitely good enough that that's worth.
Yeah, I think
Try.
maybe that turn I was thinking about the Harrison. You weren't under as much pressure. I forget exactly what happened there, but maybe playing Harrison there just to get cycle through your deck a little bit quicker, especially when you don't have those removal tools, might have been the right play, but hard to say in retrospect. We'll see if this weird rogue is able to get there. A lot of damage, that's for sure, but it is an interesting build that I haven't really seen.
So what? That's 2 of
Much
Razor
of-
now, right?
That's Icer is up now, so we're gonna have to
this hand is
see
good.
the reverse sweep if Skittles wants to take this.
This hand is really good for Acer. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Less exciting, but still a lot of damage in a little bit.
Is he just gonna corn this? Yeah.
Yeah, just kill the. And with that Dread Corsair, you're able to play that.
No, is he just hitting upstairs here? No.
I think you want to get rid of the.
Yeah. I mean, like, if Ursa would have said that, but with getting a 3/3 on board,
Mhm.
it would have made it maybe more appetizing. Or more.
Yeah, and Snip Snap's a card that's in the deck, and that can potentially start snowballing if you don't get rid of it. Just gain a ton of armor.
Goblin.
Yeah, so just playing a lot of tempo. You still have a Sky Pirate to get this Evil Miscreant active, and then starting to run a little bit out of cards here. So we'll see if Icer's able to draw some powerful cards, because we are gonna make 3 more lackeys in a couple turns. So still in it, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that Brawl finally in hand, Ziliax. Oh, and that helps a lot. I think.
Just gonna play the Miscreant. And
Yep.
yeah, 2 of the Miscreants will give him.
Wow, double
I
Cobalt,
don't
huh?
think that's what he was looking for here.
Yeah, I mean, damage is nice, but I think you need a little bit of value here.
Yeah, I would have been looking for either Spell Lackey or
Draconic
Dragon.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this if he wants this Dynamatic can clear this up, swing into something, doesn't matter what in this case, and just Dynamatic, that's one option.
I mean, like, on one hand, I'd say this is a very weak use of Dynamatic, but on the other hand, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can Ziliax, but then they, trade, you're not getting the heal off of it at all, which I think is important in this matchup, potentially. Devoted Maniac is able to clear up with the
Ethereal
Cobalt
Lackey, that's
Lackey.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's one that we're looking for. You can potentially get more draw. I don't know how... I haven't really played too much with Umbral Skulker. I don't know how effective these coins are, but I guess it will help out with comboing things like the Scimitar.
Yeah.
So 1 taunt in hand, it might actually just be worth it for the Armadillo. Like, you can clear off this Devoted Maniac, or actually probably go for the Lackey in this case. Just in case you worry about Togwaggle. Oh, he doesn't even run Tog, actually, so you don't even have to kill the Lackey in this case.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the deck list again, and there's no... Okay. So invoked twice so far, so this will draw the Galakron, which in turn, next turn, we'll be able to draw 2 cards, but does not get the weapon, which might be pretty critical in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the big question is, are you just going to drop it next turn, or are you waiting to
Right.
invoke it twice more?
With the current hand, you have 1 invoke. I don't know if you can wait, but
We're gonna see
especially when
definitely-
you're facing this this. Oh, the backstab helps with the dealing with the Armadillo.
Skittle's definitely getting rewarded for holding the Armadillo as he draws the 3 more. Huge price off with
Wow,
that.
that's
Ooh,
that's pretty
big.
good. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
really
with the
good
rush,
off
yeah,
one.
oh,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. That's really good.
Incredible.
A little bit of placement misplay, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Always try to keep your facelesses between your minions in case you get some sort of buff there, or at least to the left of your minions.
Oh, that's a rough brawl for Icer.
Yeah, I mean there was what, like 1 good result on his side? I guess 2 were okay.
This 6-6 and 4-5 would have been
Yeah.
good.
Interesting.
Not great, I guess.
I mean, I honest, is it Elise? Nah. I was gonna say, is it Elise? Like, this is turning into a value games very quickly. But maybe you just think that you stop the draw and you can get there, but these Tomb Wardens are gonna be very, very hard to get through. And then the Ziliax can heal when we get to that point. I don't know. This is looking rough. It's turn 9. He's at 25 health. He's got Boom now, and you're not facing like a board that you're too worried about.
I mean, to be fair, from Icer's position, if Skittles has this hand, I don't think he's winning no matter what he does.
Yeah, now comes that question: do you still just greeting for that Galakron? 1 more invoke. There's a bunch in the deck. There's double. There's Devoted Maniac. There's a Shielded Galakron. There's a Praised Galakron.
I feel like you have to play Galakron that turn.
I think you should have played it on 7, but
Yeah, I agree.
But I understand holding on to it, but like now it's getting you know, your hand isn't putting enough pressure, and you want to do it before they can do something, right?
Yeah, I was fine playing on a 7 because he still still made a pretty good turn out of it. But I think his turn was a little too weak this turn to justify not just dropping it.
Yeah, not just dropping it. So it might come down to just getting an invoke here that you can play, and that is one. You might have to invoke your own minion.
You have to oh my god. They probably
But then
just gonna invoke the kobold.
Yeah, that makes sense. With the coins, you can do that. So you
Yeah.
can play the kobold, seal of fate, your own kobold lackey. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then coin the
he needs
Galakrond.
big draws here.
Yeah,
The Galakrond.
and also ethereal lackey can come
Use the
down.
weapon. Use the weapon. I used to use the weapon.
Use the weapon. He's got it. He's got it.
Okay.
And here comes the Galakrond. Let's see what's coming out of it. There's, I mean,
That's
doesn't.
all right.
Okay.
Those were kind of all right, I guess.
Yeah. Certainly all right. I just don't know that there's enough pressure left in the deck. Crocs has already been used. Galakrond's been used, and your opponent's above 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a dragon that gets you there.
Boom Reaver.
I mean, a big Edwin would have been crazy, but
Yeah.
not in the deck.
No.
Did
He will get it off.
get it off. Okay.
Very, very high APM there.
Yeah.
And Harrison Jones is game ending here, I would say.
Yeah, I think maybe we're gonna move on to the next game.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this Boom Reaver even gonna pull? There's
what-
what's
what
left
do
in
you
the
like
deck. There's Devoted Maniac.
Yeah, what a
Double
double weapon
Wasp, yeah.
Not really.
Oh no, not in this deck. What are you talking about?
What am I? Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's the wrong deck. That's not even a road card. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think. I'm like looking at the deck. What minions are left? We've played. Oh, well, there's a Miscreant and there's a Devoted Maniac.
Yeah.
And there's the
That
Miscreant.
might
Yeah.
be it left in the deck.
Yeah. I'm like looking at it as well, and that's all I see. I mean, there's double Eviscerate still in the deck. There's Backstab. There's double Prep. There's kind of a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know, when this card is played, when the Devastator's played, it's just gonna. I think that's gonna be it. We'll maybe see another, you know, maybe get an Alex or something off of this Galakrond's Guile. You get like a Draconic Lackey into Alex. Maybe if they don't have another board clear, like they can get there. We'll see. What do we get? Oh wow, I called that. I like that. Okay, so it can happen. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
we're good.
I'm trying to figure out how many duplicates we'd have left.
I think there's a couple. There's double Prep, double Eviscerate. Is that it? I think that's it. Double Prep, double Eviscerate's in there. That's 4 cards. There's still a Miscreant in there. That's 5 cards. There's still Maniac in there. That's 6 cards. And then we've got a Backstab. That's 7. That's all the cards. So once you draw the Prep and the Eviscerate down, but this Raiding Party does not draw either of those, and that's not either of those either. Yeah. I don't think this Raiding Party draws anything. There's no weapons left.
No.
There's no pirates left.
Yeah.
Just nothing. Just 4 mana, do nothing. Make a sound.
I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound very good to me.
4 mana, make a sound. Yeah. And this Kaboom just... Alright.
Cleans up the board. Acer really needs to draw an Eviscerator or Prep here.
Well, there's
That's right.
half of the problem.
Goblin, no, that's not at all what
Is
you were looking
that
for.
in? I mean, you can clear these, I guess,
Yeah.
and use everything.
Can you even? Can't even
I
full
think.
clear.
Oh yeah, you can. I was. Was there a way to clear there? Because you wasted 1 damage on the.
Yeah, but there was no.
I
way
think there
to not
was.
Was there?
Because you can Goblin Lackey. If you eviscerated that one that's still alive, it would have been at 2, and the Goblin Lackey kills it, I think.
No, no, if you eviscerated that one, it was on the ground down to 1. Yeah, those are.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with that Plague of Wrath in the hand and the Warpath, it's just this game is done.
Yeah.
That just clears off this board, and I think then we'll see the concede. I don't think any lackeys are gonna get you there. Maybe another Draconic into
Dragon,
another
yeah.
Alex. Like it has to be that like 4 more times because there's still another Plague of Wrath and a Warpath in hand.
Oh.
Okay, is it? I mean, this is gotta be.
No.
Waxadread is
okay.
infinite value.
Okay.
I don't know that you're going to be able to push enough though
I don't know
over
either, but
the
that's
several
making it
turns.
interesting.
It certainly is. I mean, it's still a game, I suppose. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I just don't know how you get there. There's also an Elysiana in the deck, in the hand actually. Like they're not fatiguing anytime soon. Your only value is this Waxadread, and you're still going to be taking fatigue because when it's on the board, you don't have a card in your deck.
Can hold me.
So now we got the candle back in there. I don't think it's going to be quite enough. You're looking at 9 pressure. You didn't even draw it here, so it's already not ideal. Yeah, the Eviscerate's able to clear out the Ziliax, but
Yeah, I don't think,
do you backstab this 1-2? Like what? I don't even know.
I think I would just
No tomb can hold me.
keep as many trades off the board as possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, no, I guess
But
it really
I
doesn't
commend
matter.
Icer. I commend Icer for yeah. It doesn't matter because of the hero power.
Icer squad, yeah. It's just kind of poor little micropod.
Yeah. It actually would have been a healthier Deathwing if he had used the backstab.
Yeah.
Would have been a 12-12.
And neither of those.
Yeah. Okay, and we're on to game 4. So let's see if this rogue can get a win. Yeah.
Fun this first one.
Yeah, I think. What do you think is going to be coming down next? I feel like I lean towards the Holy Wrath Paladin. I think it has a better shot here. Maybe like actually no, there's no saps in this rogue list either. So like you just get a big taunt with the Warlock. It's definitely doable.
Yeah, I think Skittles might be able to get there. He's gonna agree with you and go with the Holy Wrath.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit safer.
I agree.
More consistent as far as like being able to get those tools you need.
That's looking like a decent hand for Skittles. Obviously, you don't want the Sathervar in there, but
But everything else is
Yeah.
pretty nice. I think just to pass turn 1. There's no reason to
yeah, coin out a
coin anything out.
here.
Yeah. So going to be able to chip away damage over time with this deckhand actually because there's not really a great way to deal with it in Skittles' hand, but I don't think he's too worried about that kind of pressure. There's a lot of damage in this deck given.
But there's a lot of healing from
But there's a lot of healing from Skittles.
Oh, that Titanic Lackey is very strong here.
Yeah, cannot be too upset with that. It's going to continue to be able to push more damage.
Yeah.
Wow, and the Crystology. There's almost too much draw in this
He can-
hand.
Backstab Scimitar here, and he's pushing a lot of serious damage very quickly.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see that come out.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe saving the backstab for the
Backstab
raiding
for the raiding.
party, just because, I mean, these raiding parties have been kind of lackluster. You have 2 of them in the deck and only 2 weapons you're trying to draw, so it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, and then also you have a lot of small pirates too
Yeah.
that can kind of dilute your.
hmm Yeah, like the Flybooter, the South Seas, and actually, there's not like it's interesting. Double raiding party. There's 6
Yeah,
pirates.
there's 6 pirates and
2
2
weapons.
I would probably only run that as a 1-up,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to consistently get it, I guess, but
but that second one's just.
now the second one doesn't do anything really. I mean, it draws a couple pirates, I suppose.
But that's not too good for 4 mana.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll,
Let's
we'll
point out
see.
Looks like I'm
Amber
here
Watcher,
just
yeah.
in time.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I was
just
a-
contests the board. He gets the full value off of the heal.
If I was Icer, I definitely think I would have gone with the backstab Scimitar. And just, I mean, obviously that's cast revision partially, but
Yeah, I mean, this way he's able to potentially, you have a lot of with the Flybooter, you have a lot of combo, activators there. So, gonna be able to get 12 damage off of these weapons potentially. Having the first swing go into a minion, not ideal, but definitely what you need to do there.
question is, does he play the Kronks here? That
Yeah.
is max tempo.
Kronks, I mean, this is max like tempo, and we're still turn 6, so the only thing that clears really is pyro quality.
Pyro quality. Yeah, I mean, also Shrink Ray will make this.
Yeah,
full
Shrink
damage
Ray
board.
definitely makes it less scary, that's for sure. But
Yeah, and Skittles
it's
kinda
not
forced
clear.
it. No.
Yeah. And this is actually gonna fill up the hand, I believe.
Kinda overdraw,
So
yeah.
there is a chance. I don't know if I like that. I like drawing, but you
I
don't
don't like
have
giving your hand.
you don't have your Shrivala yet.
Shrivala.
Like, it's okay to mill other cards like the other Holy Wrath, a Banker. Like, the only thing you really don't want to hit is the Shrivala. So it's a 1 out of 13 right now to potentially, like, it's not over. You can still get like Zephyrus, to give you a lot of value, especially if it sticks around. You play Zephyrus Tyrion if they have no way to clear. You can Sathervar it and get a ton more Zephyruses, which is pretty nice. But let's see if he hits the 1 out of 13 that he doesn't want to see. Okay, that was a pretty good card for this turn, but
Yeah.
this will do just fine as well.
So, yeah. This will also full clear.
You are at 11. Is there anything? There's no Leroy in the deck either, so your
No.
sort of damage cutoffs are a little bit lower. There's obviously double eviscerate could get there, but you'd have to have exactly that.
And you've already seen double deckhand too.
hmm Again, the Galakron's at 2. I think you have to just keep pushing in this matchup. So I would consider it there, but
Yeah.
still
would
opting
too.
again for just
But-
getting a max Galakron.
Tobol's pretty good here.
Yeah.
We're gonna see kind of Skittles forced to find another answer here. He's very low.
Yeah, very low.
Something
Yeah,
like
there's
Flash
nothing in the
Heal.
hand that. Yeah, Flash Heal with the Kangor is great. Yeah, there's the Shrivala. Actually, the Shrivala was 1 card away from being milled.
Yeah.
Looking at it now, it's pretty close. This Pyromancer
Does he
doesn't
have
really
to,
do it either. You might.
Pyromancer and Holy Wrath of 4/5.
Yeah, it might be. Oh, chooses not to. Ooh. There's a timeout though, so
Oh.
very, very clutch draw there. And this Shrivala is getting playable, and we have 1 Banker in the hand. I don't think you're going to need both.
No.
So I could see this Shrivala come down next turn with
Absolutely.
this Banker, and actually you could throw Kangor in there as well. And I think you just heal to near full 14 there is pretty good.
Galakrond is on the field, though.
Yeah, Galakrond is down. Was able to find that last Invoke. But again, with the hitting that timeout might actually just win the game.
Yeah.
Because, you know, lethal definitely would have happened with this weapon
yeah.
and the eviscerate. Like, there was
Absolutely.
way more than enough. But now you just heal 14, and it's getting harder and harder to get through. So wow, Rogue, I think the you know, really powerful class right now. I think probably the most popular at the moment, but I haven't really seen this build and struggling into Skittles' lineup right now with all the control decks and all the healing and just able to kind of outlast the damage. There's definitely tons of damage in this deck, but you know, just able to kind of survive here. And I think we will see that Shirvallah turn. There's no... Oh, Prismatic Lens could be played as well, but you will mill something.
Yeah, I mean, or if you
You know, you can play Kangor first, then play the Prismatic Lens, then Shirvallah and Banker, and I think that's probably the best play you can really hope for here.
That's probably the line I would personally take.
Yeah. So I think Kangor, Prismatic Lens, Shirvallah heals you for a ton.
What Skittles? Your hands full, please.
Yeah, he might be thinking, you know, I don't mind milling any of my other cards, but you do still have a second Holy Wrath in there. You probably want that. Okay.
And the thing is, like, you're probably playing Kangor this turn anyways,
Yeah.
right? So.
Oh, there isn't even a minion in the
there's
deck.
no minions.
So that's why. All right, so it didn't really matter which way. In that case, I didn't look at the list quite in detail. Oh wait, shouldn't there be a banker in there? There's only one banker in this list? Oh, there's only one banker. I guess I just realized that. I looked through it. I did not notice. I guess you just win off of Shirvallah Sathravar probably in this matchup, which is fine. I did not realize that the banker was a one of. That's interesting.
It is.
I guess there's not too many decks you need to double Holy Wrath in the current meta.
Yeah. Again, when a lot of the current meta is like pretty aggressive, then you're not even worrying about Holy Wrath to win the game anyways.
Yeah.
Darkness wanes.
We're gonna see. Again, raiding party only gonna draw one pirate here. It's gonna play the face of flag before trading him, so then we can build one drop.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely still some pressure, but
yeah. Gonna grab an Alex.
That was a quick snap too.
Yeah. Well, the rope was gonna pick it for him if he didn't. So.
Yep.
I think he was just trying to.
Would have picked default, right? Would have picked automatically the first card on the left.
I think so.
Let me think.
I mean, that's definitely one that you kind of do like to see, but maybe snap picking feels a little too much. Equality, Pyro, Hammer of Wrath, I guess is what we're gonna see. Just Hammer of Wrath the face. We still have this big Alex that could come down soon, but you've got Zephyrus to clear it if you want. But obviously, if you draw a Shirvallah, that's probably going to just come down and end the game. So we'll see what comes out here.
Yeah. And what Zephyrus will probably be a twisting other here.
Yeah, it depends. It depends how you want to play this turn, because it's not too much pressure. You could like play True Silver, kill this, kill the 2/2, and then play. Yeah, I mean that's probably going to just be enough here.
Yeah.
Let your soul
It's looking very likely that Skittles is gonna take this to a game 5.
Yeah, just kill the 8-8, kill the 2-2, and not much in the deck that can deal with this. And yeah,
Yep.
saying, okay, I'm not going to waste either of our time here. Let's bring it to the last game. We got Rogue versus Warlock. Can Handlock survive the onslaught? There are a lot of taunts, so I think if you get a couple of them down, there's no saps. It might be just enough. We'll see.
And then alongside the taunt, you also have the you have the Lord Godfrey, you have the Crazed Netherwing, you have the Netherbreath. You have a lot of just really solid anti-aggro.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the health, though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, I mean, that sounds stupid. It obviously comes down to how much health you have. But what I mean is the Warlock taps a lot. It takes a lot of damage. Just Rogue does a lot of damage, so it's
Yeah.
gonna, Skittles is gonna have to be aware of those sort of damage points of what can go over the top, especially if he finds taunts, something like this giant with the Sun Fury. So you really have to be aware of the eviscerates, Kronks if the Galakron comes down before Kronk. So far, we've seen the Kronks use as the draw and play 6, but
Any damage lackeys too.
yeah, damage lackeys, like, it's you probably can't play around at a certain point, all the lackeys in hand being damage lackeys, but you can sort of make an estimate if you a lot of the time, maybe a quarter of these or half of these, or think about like what potential damage could be over the top with the number of lackeys.
Yeah. And
All right.
definitely, you get to a point where you say, "Oh, he has 6 lackeys in hand. I guess if they're all damage, I'll die."
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like there's at a certain point, if it does get to that point, you can't really
Yeah.
be playing around all of them like that. The odds of that are so low.
Exactly.
It happens though, but
No. Yeah.
so I think considering maybe a scimitar play here, just to push as much damage. So, oh no, choosing to get a 2-drop and
I
just keep chipping.
Yeah, I probably would have pointed out the Scimitar here again. I feel like you definitely need to be the aggressor in this matchup and wait before they start making big taunts and healing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we'd have the Ziliax already in hand. Oh, and this raiding party off the top, prep it out right away. You can and coin Scimitar into the Corsair. Certainly a lot.
Yeah.
But Ziliax is going to do a pretty good job here on 5.
Definitely.
It's able to heal for 6. Well, only 3 in this case because of the backstab, but the potential is there. Yeah, still pushing a lot and able to re-scimitar here. So, I mean, total damage on board right now is 8, 10, 11 over a couple turns with the Eviscerate. Would have been enough, but this 8/8's going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Backstab Eviscerate can do it, I suppose, but... Oh, is he going to take 4? Wow.
Yeah.
Or take 8, I mean. He's going to swing with the 4. So that's 4 damage that doesn't go to your face for Skittles, which is great news.
Yeah.
And he's also taking 8, which I guess probably won't matter too much in this matchup. But now you got to be thinking, okay, I died a double Eviscerate with this hand. What's my best option here? I'm going to go for the taunt and the Soulfire. I like that a lot. Get rid of the biggest minion and protect your face. So double Eviscerate, not going to be enough. And this Galakron is only now it's the second tier, but we'll see. I think this is definitely a game where you're going to be seeing that come down a little bit earlier than we've seen in the past.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh wow, another Dragon Queen option. Ysera is also an option. I mean, these are all pretty solid. Maybe Dragon Queen's a little too slow because you have a lot of duplicates still.
Yeah, definitely. And there's no way the game's lasting that long.
Yeah. So it might come down to these 2 cards that you get off the Galakron.
That both swings of the Scimitar went into.
Yeah, exactly. And this Abyssal Summoner gonna make it a little bit harder. And yeah, just I'm making a wall. Can you get past my wall? All right. So the choice here, I guess, considering the coin Ysera, you're looking at 11 damage though. There's,
You just have to Galakrond here.
I think you do, because this Ysera is not going to be enough, and it's actually lethal. So, oh no, because you are able to clear off.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Are able to clear off 2 of them. So we are short right now. We have 7 with the Nether Wing. We have 10. So yeah, 4 off. So Nether Breath would have done it, but could tap for it. That seems a little risky. Maybe just heal for 5.
Alex yourself.
Yeah, heal for 5, and
Alex
then
yourself, put the 2/3 into the 3/1,
and then go face for
5
5.
upstairs. Yep. And then at that point, you're setting up for lethal
Yeah.
with the Alex.
Yeah, Laughing Sister, probably not the Ysera
No.
card you're hoping for. Something like Ysera Awakens could have maybe gotten there.
I'm thinking any other.
Actually,
card
Ysera
would
Awakens
be-
would have been lethal here, I think. Oh no, it wouldn't. We don't have
Yeah.
the Eviscerate. Let's see here. So yeah, I think you got to go for the
you got a
Galakrond here.
Galakrond here.
Dark in the sky.
I don't see anything in the hand that's gonna save you. So,
Well,
oh boy.
oh boy.
I guess you look for, I don't know what a lackey could
2 damage.
get. That's
Not that. Or no, yeah, that's all right because you can.
yeah. There you go. So still in it.
Sure, has to go face here, right?
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah. But yeah, you're trading for the 8.
Yeah, this is super close. This is coming down to just
So
a little bit of health.
Skittles needs 6 here.
That's 2 damage. It's
Ooh,
not quite enough.
Tap into a dragon is not lethal. Never mind. That's 1 off.
Yeah. So you've seen one Eviscerate. Both scimitars are gone.
God.
That's a little surprising to me, but
I mean, no, if you heal that to full and Godfrey, it will live on too.
yeah, maybe worth considering here. Yeah, this is very close. There's only one more Eviscerate in the deck that can sort of do damage over the top, so
Life is an afterthought.
something like, yeah, then he goes with that play.
Yeah.
It sets up lethal here with the 8, the 4, and the, so that's 12, 14. So it's exact lethal if he hits the oh, he has the dragon already, so but this will clear up the board. And wow, so the Eviscerate going into the minion. I guess just hoping that these lackeys are going to be enough pressure with this Emerald Drake here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and setting up his own.
Not what you're looking for here, the face of
Yeah. Ooh, going for the tap. You know, you've seen both Eviscerates, so I can definitely respect that. Dark Skies does 5 damage.
Oh, not the...
Oh. No.
No, Skittles!
No,
you were
Skittles!
alive! You were alive! No!
Why deal 3? Oh no. And
No.
Icer takes it. I mean, I can understand, getting a little frustrated, but
Yeah,
you
but
played it
you were
out.
in it.
You were very in it. There was
You
a
were in
lot.
it.
Yeah.
Especially if he would have gotten the Dragon's Breath next turn.
Yeah,
which
there
would've
was.
Cleared and yeah.
It was a
Oh,
little
man.
unlucky where the rain hit, I guess, or the dark skies, but
Man.
Just checking to see if Icer can do an interview. He's in a public area, so it might be pretty noisy.
Okay.
oh, gotcha. But big win for Icer. That's going to really help his team out here. Going to actually tie up the series here because Starlax lost to Inzi 3-2. So this 3-2 to Icer is going to tie up Taste the Rainbow versus Top Hatted Titans. Well played by both players. Really, really tough matches and very close all the way to the end. Almost getting the reverse sweep. Skittles just not quite enough. Maybe a shot to actually get there, but maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is with the damage numbers for Skittles that we saw the 3 + 4 = 8 for some
Yeah.
reason in game 1, I think. And then this game we had again the 3 plus what was it in this case with the dark skies?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Dark Skies came down to RNG, depending on
Yeah,
if you
but
hit
I
it.
mean odds are there were a lot of 1 health minions, I think, and then
Yeah.
the the one big minion. So there was going to be a minion that lives through that if uh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it was definitely the result that like on average you hit each minion once, let's say, and then
Yeah.
the rest goes into the I think it was all 1/1s, but anyway, so
It was a 1-1, a 2-2 in the.
oh, the 2/2. So yeah, if he had hit the 4 health 4 attack minion one more time, maybe left the
Yeah.
2/2 alive or something.
Then you would.
Yeah. We have no Icer. Icer had to go, so no interviews.
right.
So, just gonna. If you guys want to work on the next series, I'm just
Sure.
gonna let Lefty and Skittles know that we're good to go.
So yeah, like we said
Yeah.
earlier, Lefty versus Skittles next. Let me.
Yeah, so Skittles sticking around, ready to jump into the next game. Hopefully, that works out a little bit better in this next series for him. A lot of very close games, and Lefty's also a great player. So I think we'll see some cool matches here. Do you think that Skittles is going to bring similar decks, or
Oh no, it's I just put it in our chat. It's gonna be Skittles playing Paladin, Priest, Warlock, Warrior versus Lefty's Druid, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior.
okay? So Paladin, Priest, Warlock, Warrior. So I think that is that the same lineup that he just had. Paladin, Priest, Warlock, Warrior.
Yes, yes it is.
So potentially the same decks.
Yeah.
Maybe Lefty was watching and took some notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and then for Lefty, Druid, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior. That's probably Druid's probably token.
Yeah.
I would assume Hunter could either be either face or Highlander.
Yeah. The Hunter could be face or Highlander. I've seen a little bit of Quest as well.
Yeah, sure.
Rogue can be Galakrond or Highlander or Death Rattle, but I haven't seen too much Death Rattle. If it does show up, maybe Hero Series is the place for it. Warrior, there's a couple there's Galakrond, there's Highlander, there's Control. So there's a couple options there as well. I don't know if we'll see exactly the same decks from Skittles, but certainly a potential here. I don't know how good those are in Hero. Maybe you want to switch up a couple of them because they all sort of did a similar thing, a little bit differently, but they were all control or your combo decks that kind of relied on beating up some of those aggro decks that we
Definitely in
saw.
Legacy. Yeah, like you just said, definitely in Legacy you can get away with that, but in Hero.
In Hero, you want a little bit of flexibility there, and you look for those kind of polarizing matchups that you expect to see, and hope to get some wins by countering specific decks with each deck that you bring.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest difference between the two formats. Is in Legacy you can kind of have one lineup that all does the same thing, that's trying to keep a few decks from getting wins. While in Hero you need to spread your deck types out.
Absolutely. So I think we're taking a little break here while Skittles takes a breath, maybe a smoke break. I don't know. I know it's freezing out there where he is, so maybe not a smoke break outside, but whatever he's doing.
Getting a glass of water, using the bathroom.
Getting a glass of water, a glass of milk, and hoping here. Hoping that he could turn this around and get a win.
Yeah, but yeah. Another thing to mention, we do already have 2 results in from this match. Team No Pros here has an 8-3 lead over Tampams, so Skittles could very easily lock up the week here.
Yeah, it could lock up the week. A little bit less pressure on him here than in the previous series where they were only up by 1. He could lose this and not be as worried, but hoping to turn it around and get a win, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess while we're waiting, what do you think or what do you expect to see them play? You know, as the archetypes. We did talk about the classes, but what archetypes do you expect looking at these classes? You know, maybe do a little bit of
Yeah.
sleuthing and let's think about what beats what if you're expecting. So if you expect Token Druid, what do you bring on the other side that can maybe deal with it? Let's think about it. Out of those classes, it might be. I feel like Galakrond Warrior does pretty well into Token Druid.
Yeah, I agree. You're kind of overwhelming them before they can.
Yeah, you have a lot of ways to deal with their minions
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your
I
invokes.
kind of feel like Pyro Warrior might even be a little bit better against Token Druid, just trying to overwhelm them.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Really good.
stats. Apparently, I'm wrong, and Token Druid beats Galakrond Warrior, but I guess Galakrond Warlock does a good job because you're making a lot of 1/1s that trade into their small minions.
Yeah.
Ro-
We are getting word now that they are doing their bans, so we should
all
be on
right,
the way to
yeah.
managing. No, that's something we didn't talk about. What do you ban in this matchup?
In this matchup, let's see. It really depends on what classes or what decks you decide to bring, but
Yeah.
I could see maybe a lot of people don't like to face the priest if you're bringing some aggro, or it just can be frustrating to play against. But also
Yeah.
warrior can, the certain decks can kind of snowball. So I could see either of those. I mean, it's really what do you think? I think you try to get rid of the deck that has the potential to sweep you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
maybe Rogue. I think Rogue's really powerful.
Yeah, Rogue, definitely. I'm wondering if Skittles. I don't know the exact matchup, but if a Face Hunter could have a potential to sweep him if he gets his priest banned,
Mhm.
because I'm pretty sure it. Though I don't think it gets there against the warrior, so never mind.
The which one? The hunter?
Yeah, Face Hunter.
Yeah.
Because like, and I know it beats up on I believe both Rogue and Warlock, or Rogue and
Yeah,
Rogue and
but
Warlock.
Skittles only Skittles only has
Yeah.
the Warlock to beat up on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
I think Paladin can survive long enough with Holy Wrath. I think the Priest as well. You heal a ton, and they don't really deal well with heal. And the Warrior has a lot of armor gain potential. So
Either armor gain, or I think a lot of times if you're like a Galakrond or a Pirate, you can even just outrace
Slark.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't really have minions that could test your stuff very
Yeah,
much, so you're able to kind of
and a lot
snowball
of their
that way.
damage too, like through the side quest, is kind of slow, and you'll just get there before they can get a lot of that online.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I think still waiting on the bans here.
no words on bans just yet. They're still working on sharing each other's deck and such.
Yeah, no problem at all. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Do you see Skittles go into his collection? Do you know?
I did. I don't think I did though. I again, like I wasn't.
These could be identical decks. We'll see in a minute. Could also be because it was pro. Because it was pro, could have had 8 decks made, and then just delete whatever decks you decided not to go with here.
Yeah.
Before jumping in. Oh, do I? I don't think I have. Do I have Lefty? No, I do.
I got bans now, so.
Oh, perfect.
So we got shoot. All right, bans are Skittles is banned Rogue, and Lefty is banned Warlock.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. So probably not going the aggro route with the hunter. Maybe still. I don't know what you're trying to catch with Face Hunter though. If you're banning the Warlock, so maybe we'll see Highlander Hunter there from Lefty. And the Rogue ban, I think, we didn't see Skittles ban Rogue last time, and I think it was the right choice. He almost was able to turn it around there with that specific list. But in this case, when you don't know the list, there's a lot of powerful Rogues. You don't want them to be able to choose the one to play into you.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. I think that almost confirms that it's a Highlander Hunter, because for the Face Hunter gets beat up by Warrior, gets beat up by Priest, and I think it's about a coin flip into
Into the Paladin. Yeah.
Yeah, into the Paladin.
Yeah, I agree. So I think Highlander Hunter is probably going to come down. It has some game into the Paladin and the Warrior. A lot of the
Yeah.
time, I think Priest can often just out sustain and build a board that's tough for it to deal with. But other than that,
Looks like we're into the matchup.
all right. So what do they bring first? Let's see.
Deathwing versus Elise.
So Skittles bringing the Warrior, and then the Druid coming out for Lefty. So,
Interesting.
and this looks to me like Highlander Warrior. I don't know if you've
does.
seen this list, Bunny Hopper's list.
Yeah,
A lot of fun to play.
This is the exact list we saw earlier in Duo.
Oh yeah. I think
that
it's
ended up
pretty
going 45
powerful.
minutes. Ended up going 45 minutes against Res Priest.
Yeah, I could certainly see that
Yeah.
happening. Not the hand you really want to see, although Dragons Roar into Voon, potentially a lot of value, but not
Yeah,
enough
but
tempo into the token Druid.
Yeah, this is not the matchup you're worrying about value in.
Yeah, maybe Volpera Scoundrel can potentially get you a good board clear, another
Yeah.
one. All right, well, not much to do for Skittles here. I think Lefty's turn also. Now a couple of options, but I think you probably just stick with the Acorn Bear.
Yeah.
This be our neck of the woods.
All right. Probably just gonna have to Dragon's Roar, which is pretty unfortunate. Getting
Onyxia's not bad, but it's
No.
very, very slow. So it really will come down to if you can survive to that point.
yeah, and I think the point is like if you're ever able to drop an Onyxia on a turn,
You've
it's
probably
just
already
winning.
won. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of landscaping. Very, very good start for Lefty here.
Yeah, and then next turn can follow up with another Treant and a
Treant
buff.
Devour.
Yeah. So a couple of options here.
I'm wondering if he just had, like these are decent,
Just-
but he might just have to take the mystery choice because none of these are really enough.
Yeah. Interesting. Going with the upgrade. There's not too many weapons.
Oh my god,
There's the
That's so good here.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
That is
insane.
so good here.
That's a top deck. Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Let's go again.
You gotta be kidding me. And then he's probably just gonna buff this board, get a nice
Yeah, just
value
buff.
trade,
You can value trade and then push 6.
Skittles is
Oh boy.
in a lot of trouble here.
Not the start you want to see.
Not
And,
even
just
trading.
gonna go
Oh
for
my
the face. Yeah,
God.
I don't care about your minions.
Lefty knows where the place is. Spellbreaker can
shall not save
not
Yeah.
do much.
Yeah, going for some more value here. That's 9 damage you're looking at. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. We're close to lethal already.
Yeah.
That's
And you can play
That's-
another 6, 7 worth of stats with the Garden Gnome here.
yeah, that's 2 damage off lethal actually right now. So with this trade, unless we see like Warpath
Brawl.
or Brawl,
Brawl.
Zephyrus
Frost
plus I guess Frost
Frost
Nova.
I think would have to be the pick here.
I think it has to, and then
think
maybe you can
that's-
start making some trades, do a Dynamatic potentially.
Maybe find that Warpath or Brawl next turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just need to drop Zephyrus here.
Yeah, I don't think you have any other options. Yeah, I'm looking at the hand. I think you just got to go for it. Yeah, and here he comes. Just give yourself another turn to draw those removal tools. Yeah, the Frost Nova. Don't think the Mark of the Wild is enough here.
Yeah, either of the other two, you're just dead to the Savage Roar.
Hmm.
Yeah, Frost Nova buys you another turn to try to find an answer.
Yeah, interesting that he goes for the 2/2 there
Yeah,
rather than the 2/3.
I mean, I definitely think that's correct because you have all the Treant synergies in this deck.
Yeah, but he's played both aeroponics, and you're not getting rid of all the treants anyway. There's still 3 on the board.
True.
If anything, you're just reducing the cost of the mulch muncher. If it doesn't matter this turn, but
Contradictions.
Definitely good in the future.
it could make a difference. And just continue to go face.
Right.
I'm actually surprised by that specific attack there. The 1 damage is not gonna matter, I think, and I'd rather kill his minion so he can't trade. But yeah, with that top deck, I don't think it's gonna matter either way.
No.
Dynomatic's not enough.
Light the fuses!
Yeah, I guess hoping to kill 2 things, I guess. Able to kill 2 things, but that's 5 damage, 2, 4, 6. That's lethal here.
Yeah, he doubles average if it's gonna
Yeah.
take.
All right, and we're on to game 2. Well, in a
Lucky
moment
very
here.
fast. I mean, I guess if you're gonna kill a control warrior, you have to do it on like turn 6. I know
Yeah.
this isn't exactly a control warrior, but it's playing like one in this matchup.
Yeah, I think it very much does play like a control warrior. Just has a little bit more, has the Zephyrus and stuff. It does not have quite as many tools as the other control warriors. Obviously, you're not running 2 of your brawls, 2 of your, warpaths, 2 of your Plague of Wraths, but still quite a lot of removal and not finding it there.
Yeah.
So what do you think he brings into this druid now that the warrior's gone? There's no warlock. Is it just the paladin? I'm not sure.
Be the priest.
The priest? Okay.
Encounter.
So just hope to heal enough, make enough taunts, and get to your batterhead.
Yeah, get to your Batterhead, get to your what's the 6 mana 3/4 reborn
Mhm.
taunt. Oh no, I'm blanking on the name. Karta Defender. That's what it's called. Looks like coin out. Yep. That's really good here. Because he has the Dendrologist to follow up with it. Skittles going with the common skip your quest on turn 1 play just to, make them a little bit unsure. Maybe you're not playing the quest deck. Maybe you can
Mhm.
maybe you're playing combo. Maybe you can bait them into attacking your face where they wouldn't and getting a proc off.
What do the cards say?
But yeah, Skittles. I don't know if he's thinking ahead here. Maybe trying to, or he's gonna decide to play the quest after all.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting. Hoping to bait out damage, but
Yeah.
not much else to do here, I suppose. Maybe should have waited 1 more turn, but I think at this point, it's a druid. They're probably just
They're probably smacking face regardless.
smacking face no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. I think Forest Aid was the pick there. Other 2 cards really aren't. Witching Hour, you're not really reviving anything. Bad Luck Albatross for Skittles. That's pretty good card in that situation just because it's something to play.
Yeah, it's something to play. It makes their top decks a little bit worse, but
Yeah.
we see double Forest State in hand already, and Goru, the Might Tree. Like, you have a lot of your value. Not too much going just yet. We might see this Aeroponics come down just to get a couple more things,
How
or
curious.
just yeah. There you go. Yeah, this doesn't let you hero power, but probably just going face with everything anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 turn away from this Mass Hysteria. Mass Dispel, probably save that for a Soul
Yeah.
Forest.
We see another Dendrologist on one. Lefty definitely playing a very good value game here.
Yeah.
I think it might just be the bite.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nourish. I mean, you've got tons and tons of value in your hand.
Yeah,
You're coming up to
you don't really
those
want-
turns where you can play, your Goru into Forest State, into Forest State,
Yeah.
into Forest State, into Forest State.
How
So
curious.
And Witchwood Apple is just bad.
yeah, Witchwood Apple's bad. You don't need to draw more cards. I think it's just bite. Wow. Okay.
Oh, I don't.
I guess it gives you more treants, and maybe
Yeah, but-
that's the. But like you have to play them from hand. That's 2 mana,
Two mana and
then 2 mana for each one.
yeah, it's 6 mana for 4/4 worth of stats. Yeah, you can spread it out, but
Yeah, I mean it's 8 mana for 6/6 of stats,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I would have much rather just had 4 damage for
Mhm.
4 mana.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Really powerful, convincing infiltrator here. Really good top deck. Able to contest this whole board pretty much. They are 2/3s, so they will survive the trades, but and now, yeah,
Yeah,
so probably double trade, keep them alive. And, oh, interesting. So choosing. Oh, okay.
that was a really good hit for lefty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mass Hysteria is gonna
Yeah,
kill
mass
most of the
hysteria. Sure. And that is nearly a full clear, not quite. But oh, and this top deck actually is going to be pretty good with this Force of Nature this turn. Just board after board after board. No buffs in hand anymore, so still kind of
Unity.
a little bit of a struggle here, but only 4 hail so far.
Oh, that's a nice card to have. Blessing of the Ancients. How much can he push with that? That would have to go in. 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. He would heal him up to 19, so you can set him to 5 here if he
So
would like.
many contradictions.
So Gloria? That's kind of the max tempo play here.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the other play's gonna get more immediate damage, but this is more
Hmm.
stats on the board afterwards.
Yeah,
Again,
absolutely.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, I guess you go for the death here. Now is this lethal on the other side? Sometimes we have the
Think
double blessing.
double blessing. I think it's lethal. Oh wait, no, yeah, this is.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, this is just always lethal.
well, oh yeah, it's always lethal. Yeah, didn't matter
Definitely always lethal.
Yeah.
The mulch muncher.
for sure. All right, so going up to a
2-0.
2-0 lead with Druid.
Yeah. So yeah, Skittles is down to what his
Paladin.
Paladin.
Yep.
Yeah.
See what that is. I mean, obvious guess is Holy Wrath.
Class is in session.
I will fight
But I know
with
there is
honor.
Mac that sees a little bit of play right now. But yep, nope, just standard Holy Wrath.
All right. Let's
Let me
see
see
if his
that.
Holy Wrath is going to be able to get there.
Yeah, not as good of a start for Lefty here. As we've seen before. Oh my god, Skittles.
Yeah,
This is,
Consecrate, Wild Pyro, those are things you definitely want to see.
Yeah, and like this is kind of the perfect hand because you want both removal and draw early.
Hmm.
And you have both of that.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to kind of swing it back here.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're doing nice. Turn 2. Gonna find Zephyrus. Not overly useful early game, but you might just end up playing it as a 3/2 for tempo. Gonna see Lefty A little awkward here, probably just playing Dendrologist.
Yeah, I think so too.
Where are trees at?
Kind of not great to play a 2-drop on
Ooh,
turn 3, but
loops is interesting.
oh,
There,
and
and
Biggins
Big N
interesting
doesn't do
too.
that much, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess most of your
how
stuff
many
is
minions are even in the deck? Most of your stuff
yeah.
is like spells and stuff that summon minions. I guess you do have some, but and that you do make them +2/+2, but you really like to play them cheaply. I think
Yeah,
it's certainly an interesting idea, though. It might work out.
Definitely not the Psych Melon.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Psych Melon. It's between the other two. I think. I mean, I think this one's the more fun one, and we'll see.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
Sands of Time's
it's
on
also
board.
playable this turn, which maybe is worth considering. You're at low mana, so your minions might start costing more than you'd like, but yeah, and there's a spell, so no value just yet.
But again, like you were saying earlier too, is a lot of your stuff just spells, so you might be able to kind of have stuff to play until you can afford to
Hmm.
play the big cost minions.
Yeah, that's true. But I think a lot of this game is about that early tempo, so
No, yeah, definitely.
you know, if you fall too far behind, you're not making these big boards, and we haven't seen too much of that just yet.
Yeah.
You might start struggling. Although next turn we have the Force of Nature into free aeroponics, so
And I kind of miss the days when Force of Nature was 6 mana, 7/3.
yeah,
Charge.
with charge, yeah, that was
Yeah.
the Force of Nature Savage War
Savage
things
War,
were
and you-
just.
And you'd Emperor Thorazan and you hit them for like 50 in one turn.
Mhm.
But yes, Skittles has a really good defense, which is what you need to win this matchup.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably just see that turn.
Tree time.
Couple options for Skittles. Let's see if we find any minions yet. Nope, not there.
Yeah.
Not there. So still that Embiggen not really doing too much just yet, but
No.
might be able to help in the long run. There's second Consecrate, so
Yeah. You use
Um,
one turn.
pretty comfortable using one. This coin just sitting in the hand, not too much to do yet, but maybe it's gonna be able to do some combo stuff to clear another board if another one does come down.
Yeah, very useful with the Pyro.
With the Pyro, yeah. So yeah, gonna be able to Consecrate here, and then
That's really
actually
what
no,
I'm
you can't. It is yeah.
It's
I don't know
a
if you
little
want to.
unfortunate to have Indestructible Concentration gone already.
Yeah, just I think you just
Yeah.
Prismatic Lens coin here. Yeah, that's
I
yeah, that makes a lot more sense. You're able to still clear, and you're drawing, and you've gotten another board clear.
Definitely
Alright.
nice to have the Pyro around too for any what is it, soul boards.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's a 4/5. That's the first minion we've seen that it sort of is helping.
Yeah.
Especially with this kind of hand, very slow. So getting a little bit more stats, can't be too upset about that.
Pyro
Yeah,
quality
just-
here.
Pyro quality. Yeah, there's another buffed minion. Just holding on to these. I wonder why the Force State doesn't come down. I guess playing around second Consecrate, but
Yeah, but
you know you need to drop it at some point. And now you're kind of starting to slow down. You're never gonna be able to play.
Starting to get a bit low here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have went for the Forest State that turn because next turn you can play the Garden Gnome plus the Soul of the Forest. You can never combo this Soul. If they continue to clear your boards, it's just gonna take forever for these souls
Yeah.
to actually be able to come down.
But he might bait out the second Consecrate here.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I kind of
That won't end up happening.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. But
Looks like Skittles is you
Yeah.
have to play the time out there.
yeah,
You're
you
just dead
you
to
know,
me.
there's two cards that haven't been played for quite a while. Both of these souls, so
Yeah.
you don't know. Those could be Savage Wars, and that would just be the game. All right, let's see what more minions we got here. Oh, there's Goru the Maitri, 7/12.
I think it just dropped that.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. It's gonna be hard to get through. Zephyrus
Forcing either a
Brawl,
second
maybe.
or you need the equality or the shrink ray.
Yeah, well, we've seen
One equality already.
one equality, so Shrink Ray is still in there, but
Yeah.
interesting. And again, with the
I don't know
taking it
about that.
slow, I think you just gotta be aggressive. If you give them too much
Yeah.
time, they're just gonna get there. I don't think I agree with Lefty's line here. I think you
There's the
you have
Shambhala.
the double Forest Aid. I think the Goru just should have come down there. Because you're just not
Amberwatch is
applying
nice.
enough pressure. You're just not applying enough pressure here.
Yeah, next time we're gonna see a Shrivala Banker, Amber Watcher. I think that's
Yeah.
Gory
Do
finally
we
coming
see
out.
the Shrivala yet? Do you think this is a version with 2 Holy Wraths? We've seen them before, or with 2 bankers, because the last
Yeah, I don't
time we saw just the one, and it might actually be important in this matchup. But I don't know what else you can really.
know. I think you need to play it here though. Or no, you have Kangor. You can. Yeah, I guess you can Kangor plus.
Yeah, so you Kangor Shrivala banker here.
Yeah,
You just heal up and.
clearing anything though. With that consecration, I think you just ended up adding more damage to your opponent's board than they had already. Or no.
No, it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
It's 1 damage less.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're able to play your Shrivala. And you can, get the twisting next turn. You just saw 1 soul, so the odds of the second one coming down are a little bit lower, but we might see it here with the Garden Gnome. I think that's probably the best play. The Garden Gnome, Mulch Muncher, and the soul of the forest is going to be hard to beat here. Because Zephyrus just doesn't clear.
Yeah. Starting to get a
We
little
have 7 cards in deck, so there's still a chance of Holy Wrath potentially just winning the game.
Yeah.
If you draw Holy Wrath and then draw the Holy Wrath off the Holy Wrath,
And
hit the Shrivala on the second one, or
keep in mind for Skittles, Zephyrus isn't even active yet.
Oh yeah. What haven't we drawn? I'm trying to
Holy
think.
Wrath. The one
Oh right, we have both Holy Wraths. I was just saying
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
that's also
so actually-
a lot of damage from Lefty.
Yeah. I think the second time out might have been preemptive, but we know what's in the hand, so it's a little bit easier for us to say
No,
that.
I mean I think you had to play it because if either there's a Savage or you've lost the game, and he's been holding those cards for a while. So
Wow. I don't. Yeah. I mean, what can you even do here? There's no more timeouts. I guess you're looking for Shrink Ray.
there's Shrivala. I'd trade the
Shrivala. Yeah.
That's the wrong order to draw those in, but
Yeah. But you do have the Zephyrus active. Is there a clear here with Zephyrus at all? For 4 mana, no. You're 1 mana off the Brawl.
Frost Nova,
You
maybe?
can get Frost Nova. I think it's got to be Frost Nova.
Mess. Oh, what's
Frost
Frost?
Nova, yeah.
I think you just have to do the Frost Nova, and maybe you can.
Do you play the Shrivala here?
Must move quickly.
think
I
you
don't know.
have
I
to.
think it's your win condition if you get the Sathervar. Oh, going for
Yeah.
Betrayal. Interesting.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the math works out this time. So only looking at 10 damage. It's 1 Savage Roar is short, or no, Savage Roar would be lethal.
Short 2 days. No, it wouldn't, right? Because
2, 4, 6, because you've got 10 plus 6. Oh no, it's 2
plus
off.
one.
Yeah,
It'd be 2 off.
yeah.
Such wondrous flora.
So he's
All right.
yeah, basically would have only been left double Savage there.
Double the Forest Aid. I don't know. I mean, it's feeling pretty clunky. I wonder. I
Yeah.
did see like Propagation running a list that has just the one. So I think
There's Shrink Ray.
yeah, Shrink Ray.
Do you like Shrink Ray Amber Watcher maybe?
Oh. So I'm not gonna push the damage. That's interesting to me. You missed a little bit of damage. I guess it's probably not gonna matter. Oh wow. Yeah, I did not know that interaction. That's interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
they-
it makes sense because it's a
yeah.
yeah, a little bit of a misplay not pushing the damage first. He missed 2 phase.
Missed 2 face. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but Yeah, this is all just going face. Man, it's this Sathervar has to come be this, this next card. It's the bottom two. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
One's Holy Wrath, one's Sathervar, and I think you just need to hit the Sathervar.
You
And
do.
then I don't even know. I guess you just have to win off of your Shirvalas, because your Holy Wrath's never gonna hit it, because you're gonna draw the. Actually, you could hit the Holy Wrath and then draw Shirval the next turn. If you hit Sathervar here, then
Then
you
hit
could
a
still
Holy Wrath.
double Holy Wrath, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's just one Holy Wrath because you don't have two
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, but it would come down to another 50-50 then to draw the Holy Wrath before
Yeah,
the Shivala.
yeah. So first 50-50 here. Do we have the Sathervar? Oh,
God.
Sathervar bottom card.
Jesus.
Sathervar does 9.
Have
That's
to-
not going to be quite
Have
enough.
to Shivala here, right? And hope he doesn't have the Savage Roar. But
Yeah.
then even that, and how are you getting there?
Yeah, how do you win? Oh, and
Oh
just-
no!
I'm out of cards.
Skittles has had enough of today.
Oh no!
Rough go, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he would have started like Sathervar the Amber Watcher, if it would have lived. No, on the next turn, then you can Amber Watch your face again, and I don't know. I don't think there was a way there.
wow. So not the best night for Skittles. I think he played really well. Maybe, playing 2 games in a row can be exhausting.
Definitely,
I think.
but yeah, definitely some bad draws there that last game.
Just seeing if I can get an interview with Lefty real quick, and
All right,
Yeah.
I'm also gonna let Quaz know that we just finished up, so if he wants to.
yeah, I just gave my heads up there while we were chatting, so I have everything pretty much ready to go for the next match if we can. But maybe we have to wait 10 minutes anyway, while we're doing the stream up swap
Yeah.
for this stream to end the 10-minute delay, and then Quaz can start up again. So
Yeah,
Where's-
absolutely.
where's my homie Lefty at?
Where's my homie Lefty? Get him in here.
There he is.
Lefty,
Lefty!
answer!
You're still...
Answer the phone!
Pick up the phone.
I remember when Lefty loved me.
No, maybe he doesn't have his headset. There he is.
There we go.
Lefty!
Hey, congratulations. Well played. Druid took you there.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess when you fucking draw like that, you can win.
Yeah, definitely had some good curves there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
those
good
first
curves.
2 games, those first 2 games were
Mhm.
really good draws.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping your team in it. You were down, I think, 2 matches before this, so still fighting here for that win.
Yeah.
Still 2 more matches for your series here, but definitely a good start for you guys. There were a couple plays I was curious about that I'd love to run by you, talk to you about what your thinking was. There was that
Yeah.
one choice you had, and you went with Embiggen. Can you tell me what you were thinking there? The other options weren't that appealing, but
Yeah, well, that was my thing. Was like the other 2 options were like, and I was like, I could just play this turn, and like the shitty creatures that I do have in my deck, they could be better than what they are.
yeah, absolutely. And a lot of your deck, we were talking, revolves around, spells summoning minions. So it's not like your mana cost goes crazy high. It just kind of lets you,
Yeah, I feel like the 4 or 5 garden gnomes were like, well, maybe some of those might warrant a shrink ray or something.
yeah, no, I mean, a Yeti that summons 2 2/2s, I would play that in every deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely some good plays there. There was another discovery that you had an option. You went with the Witchwood Apple. That one really surprised us. I think we were both leaning towards the bite, but you went with
Yeah, the bite.
Well,
the
I was
Witchwood
also
Apple.
leaning towards the bite, and I really don't know what made me take the apple instead. I just felt like I wasn't ever gonna play the bite if I took
That's
it.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit more mana intensive, but it does push some damage where the other one kind of just fills your hand and then you have to play more stuff, but you can build a board that way eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was like one thing I was thinking was like if I just like keep getting shit that keeps filling up the board, what's he gonna do?
Hmm. Yeah, certainly. It definitely worked out here. Maybe you were just a little hungry for apples.
Yeah.
So you went with it. I'm gonna go with that. So
I
lefty
was
hungry
hungry
for
to get them
apples.
points on the board is what I needed.
Yeah, and you sure did. I think well fought by Skittles, but that
Yeah,
Druid
for
just
sure.
working out real well. Third game was a little clunkier, but was still able to kind of survive long enough to push the damage.
Yeah,
And that
this didn't really like work like that in my pro match last night. So
yeah, and he did his bottom card was Sathravar, which is a little bit unlucky. I think maybe, if he was able to combo the Shirvala with Sathravar, get that 50-50, there was a potential that he could come back, heal up to full, but
I
just
have to assume the hero list was the same as the pro list and only had one Belful.
I think so. Yeah, I'm assuming that last card was Sathravar.
Oh, it
We
was
don't-
definitely Sacrifice. He nodded himself in the face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, working out for you. Any other thoughts about the match?
Well, I thought I
Something
was
that you wanted to
dead
talk
when I
about?
didn't trade into the Dragon Ray there and could only go to 29 off my hero power. I thought I done fucked up.
Well,
But no, other than that, I mean, he played good, and I mean, I drew super well in the first two games. So I mean, he beat me last time. This was my revenge.
I was just gonna say he predicted the outcome correctly, I guess.
That's right. That's right. What you get for talking that shit, Skittles?
He'd be laughing with us right now, and probably not so much after having that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a couple of rough breaks tonight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you saw your outs. You played well, and
No, yeah, definitely.
well deserved win
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm just glad I could be here, put on a show. Glad you guys are here to
you put
let
on a
us
Yeah.
put
show.
on a show.
Thanks again for coming on, and always a pleasure to have some good matches out there. And I think we haven't seen too much Druid yet, so cool to see 3 games of that kind of go very different ways, but still
Yeah.
kind of still do the Druid thing and get there. So watch out for some Druids. Maybe the Druid has a lot of potential. So
I've been loving it.
absolutely. Any other questions for Lefty guys, or should we wrap up here?
I think that's it.
That'd be alright.
Awesome. Well, stay tuned. I think we're taking a short break, and then Ted will be back. Saku and I will not. So sorry for our fans out there, but Ted will still be here to continue casting and doing a great job. And
Yeah.
look forward to it. What's coming up next. Why don't you tell him?
Yeah, well, it will be me and Quaz casting the finals of the Duo Series tournament. Finally, it will be Aviously and A2 Battleship from the upper bracket facing Typhoon and Eggo Waffle from the lower bracket.
Awesome. And what happens if the lower bracket team wins that series?
Yeah, if the lower bracket team wins, then it's a double elimination. So that will only be Aviously and Battleship's first elimination. So we'll have to play it again.
Do you guys got quick predictions or no?
Oh wow. Quick predictions. I mean, I love to see things go the distance. I feel bad for Ted though. He's been casting all afternoon, all
Listen,
night.
throw it at me.
But-
I'm ready.
But I would love to see it go to the double elimination and go all the way. And I think both of these teams are really, really strong.
Mm.
I think earlier was Typhoon playing solo. I think was Eggo Waffle was.
No, Eggo ended up making it.
Okay, he
earlier.
made it. I know. I
Yeah.
missed the actual cast. I'm gonna be watching that later. I was still driving home from work, but
It's on YouTube now, so we're all good.
oh, perfect. So I'll watch it later, or maybe I'll just watch the finals. We'll see. But everyone,
Yeah.
stay tuned. We'll be back, or Ted will be back with Quaz to continue this awesome night of Hearthstone. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, it should
And,
be what,
thanks
about
for watching.
a 10-15 minute break socket.
Yep, it's all good.
All right.
Everybody
All right.
have a good night and good luck with the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And from Saku and I, good night. Thanks again for joining us, and hope you liked our segment of tonight's Friday night fights, or Friday day, all day fights.
Yeah.
Fights all the time.
24 hours fights we're gonna have soon. So
Ted's just gonna stay on and just find other matches. He's gonna spec some friends on ladder and just keep going. Keep going.
I'm gonna go on Twitch, watch some Twitch streamers talk about
I wonder if there's a Guinness World Record for longest like shoutcasting in esports.
Oh god.
Do you think you could do it? Like, it's probably somewhere over like a day. It's probably something ridiculous. So
absolutely.
like if there is one, it's probably like 2 days or 3 days even, or something ridiculous. So.
And,
Yeah.
and no energy drinks to take either. So
Whoa.
No one said anything about that.
That's too far. That's too far. All right. Well,
Hey, guys.
let's wrap it up. And thanks again. And good night. And see everybody later.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Let me change your mind.